So how do we use Mastery Manager to create post-assessments for the SAT curriculum? What's really nice is it's easy to use and create post-assessments. So anybody who wants to create a post-assessment just clicks on Create Assessment. They go ahead and they name the assessment. We'll go SAT Heart of Algebra post-test, right? Then what you're going to choose in the drop-down menu is item bank questions, right? So when you click save, the nice part about this is now you can just go to the bank of questions that were added. Now, as soon as you click on layout, it'll ask you if you want to add questions. So in this area is where you want to add the questions. And what I've already done is put in approximately 400 and something questions related to the SAT linked by standards. So to access those questions, you click on My Contents, and down below you'll see Work Groups. In this Work Group tab, if you go down to SAT Math, you will see all the folders, right, that I've created. Now, this folder here, even if you go to the drop-down, is all the questions that were on the actual 2019 exam. The top folder, as you can see, is all the non-calculator questions. And if you click on this folder, right, these are all the calculator-based questions. So anybody who wanted to actually create and give this exam online, they could basically just check mark all of these questions, and that right there, right? So all the questions I check mark, as soon as I hit close, it adds those questions to the exam. I can move this around, reorganize them, right? So that's the 2019 exam. So if I go back to my work group and go down to SAT Math, you can see right away there are 446 questions entered here. All right. Now, the other folders here, in the Heart of Algebra folder, all of the standards within the Heart of Algebra and all the questions linked to that domain are broken up by, these are 72 non-calculator questions. Then you have an additional 72, first group was calculator. This is 54 non-calculator based questions. Okay. Then you have Passport to Advanced Math. You have questions broken up by calculator, non-calculator. And then you have problem solving and data, same thing. Now, one thing I do want to bring to your attention here is any question you want to add to the test. If I click preview here, it brings up the question. I can see it pretty clear. So instead of checking it off, I literally could just click select and then the next question. Select, next question. Oh, I don't want that one, but I do want this one. Okay, so you could select them that way and add them to the test also. Now, when you look at the questions in each of the domain folders, you'll see that it has an item name, and that item name tells you what practice test on the College Board's website it came from and what question number it is. Then it also links it to one of the standards. So when you click on the standards tab at the top, you can see that this question, right, is linked to Heart of Algebra 3 and 8 standards. And it actually tells you what the standard is. So not only when you're going to create the test can you see the standards, but even more beneficial is any report you print out, you can actually print the report based on the standard. So say I wanted to, find a bank of questions on a certain standard. If I click standards in the folder options and I go SAT Math Standards, these are all the domains and the standards within the domain. So say I wanted a question on solving and interpreting linear expressions, right? If I click on that standard and apply, right? let me go to, so right away when I look, when I'm in the SAT math folder, all the questions linked to this standard, right, will show up. So if I hit exit and I go to click another standard, right, now I click, I want, this standard, all the questions on it. When I click done, I notice all the questions linked to this standard will come up, and I can pick and choose which ones I want. And again, any questions you assign to the assessment, when you go to print your reports off after the students take it, right, you could actually break it down and see how well they did on each specific standard. Okay. I hope this helps, and let me know if you have any questions.